Well, hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. I'm Doug. It is time once again to play some Wordle. Let's see here. Kate's 9026 writes in, sent was correct, obviously referring to a previous puzzle, but spent was another possibility. So how about spent for a starter? Well, actually, that's a really good one, Kate. I don't know if we've used that word before, now that I think about it. But you know what? We're going to use it today. So let's see what happens if we open with the word spent. Wow, not bad at all. We have had some very good luck this week with openers. Here we have the P and the E out of position and the letter N in position. So, okay. Again, I kind of like where this is going. So, I have to think that I feel like it wouldn't make sense for the letter P to be in the third spot or the fifth spot. So that means I think you have to look at the letter P in the first spot. Likewise, once you do that, what immediately jumps out to me, and I'm starting to wonder, am I about to get a two-guess solve? Because the word phone immediately jumps out at me here, because I almost realized right away that E probably has to go at the end. Although there's, you know what? Hold on. I'm tempering my enthusiasm. Yes, there's phone. You know what also exists here is plane, Plane. And now granted, that's a far more common word, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's the word I should play. So here's a conundrum. Here's the conundrum. The L and the A are more common letters, and the conservative approach, I think, would be to try plane. The taking a little chance and living a little approach, I think, would be to go with the word phone, which maybe is more likely to be one of the answer words, and the letters H and the letter O, not exactly as common, because now it gets down to, like, really we're splitting hairs. A and O, kind of the same level of commonality. H, a little bit less common than L. So we're living a little here. And you know what? It's Wednesday. It's hump day. You know what? Let's live a little. Let's take some chances in life. So let's go for the two-guess solve. It's the answer to today's puzzle, the word phone. No, it's not. And sure enough, but look at that. That letter E is, in fact, in that fifth spot. So maybe it was plane the whole time. It may very well have been plane. It could also be prune, by the way. I just realized that. Plane and prune. Now, the only thing I don't like about that is they're distinct pairs of letters. So if I test one, I don't necessarily get a clue to the other. And what that also means is I can get myself in a bit of a spot here, in terms of, running out of guesses, but I still have four of them, right? So now here's the next conundrum. Again, plane is the two most common letters to eval here, but I'm going to go with the same idea. Prune, slightly less, I mean, super slightly, right? And because it really comes down to L and R are equal, A and U, we're almost splitting hairs here. So I feel like I like prune. Again, you know what? I've been trying to eat healthier. They say to eat prunes. They're a superfood. So, I mean, who am I to judge? Or who am I to say that maybe that's not what I should be doing here? So let's find out. Is the answer to today's puzzle the word prune? No, it's not. And no, neither the R and the U lit here. So now we have to be careful. I think I mentioned this the other day. When you have this spot where there's like three letters in green, you have to avoid the temptation to just go, one after the other, boom, 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 boom. And then before you know it, you're out of guesses. Taking a moment here to think and evaluate the scenario is, I think, super important. Now, I don't think there's any chance of a Y in here. I don't feel like there is any likelihood of a letter I. So I feel like the A has to be what I'm looking for. Oh. So plain, obviously, I guess is the next guess. But you know what else would be really tricky and goofy? And again, you know what? This week is going to be a food thread, right? And I think this would be a valid word. Penne, which is for those who are not into pasta. It's a type of pasta. And I feel like that would be a valid word. So what could happen here is if we go plain, Plane, the L and the A go gray, I almost wonder to myself, do I have to try on the fifth guess penne? Oh boy, that would be how do I say this? A bit of a dubious situation here. Well, we have to find out. I can't just sit here and think about it. We've got to go for it. So we're going to take action. We're going to try the word plain. This could be the answer, and we don't have to really get too deep in the weeds here. So fingers crossed is the answer to today's puzzle, the word plain. No, it's not. In the L and the A, both gray. Now we have ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, a situation. Okay. So A, O, and U are ruled out. I cannot find any reason to think that the I is a player here. So that means that we have a double E, right? I can't think of any reasonable. Here's the other camera angle for this, right? If it's not in a second E in the second spot, what would be there, right? I think that's one way we can consider this. And just randomly sitting here and looking at the letters, I can't visualize anything else than a second E is fitting in there, because there's no. I'll put this in here just to be careful. I'll put the I here just so I can look at it and say P-I blank N-E. I do not see anything that makes any sense here. So I don't think I'm acting too harshly by ruling out the I here. Likewise, I don't believe that the I in the third spot yields anything here. Again, I do not see anything that fits. And I think this is important, is to say we can rule out this I. And that, again, brings me back to P-E. Well, let's make sure that I'm not missing anything. What if you had P blank E-N-E? Again, I am not missing anything here. No, I'm confident in that. So all that we have left is P-E blank and E. And again, also, I do not see anything other than penne, as in the pasta. So on the fifth guess, and by my own admission, super nervous about this one, because if I'm missing something fundamentally, we got one guess. We don't want that. I don't want that. So let's do it. Is the answer to today's puzzle the word penne? Yes, it is. Nah, I would never tell you a lie, folks. I was nervous. But you know what? This week must have some sort of weird food overarching theme here, because penne saved me. That's going to be the title of my... If I write a book about my experiences someday playing Wordle for however long we do this, there'll be a chapter called Penne Saved Me. So there you go. Remember that someday. If I try to sell you a book about this, would you buy? If I wrote a book about my Wordle adventures, would you buy it? That's the question in the comments. I'm very curious. Maybe I'll start writing it now. Right. Tomorrow is Thursday. Oh, I skipped too far. Hold on. Tomorrow is Thursday. Is it? I'm trying to remember what day. Yes, it is Thursday tomorrow. Trace. Trace is going to be your starting word tomorrow. So I hope you've had a good time. Once again, please, by the way, click the subscribe button if you've never done so. Helps us out greatly. We do appreciate that. Anyhow, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for some more Wordle.